Is your DTV audio ready for February 17th, 2009? Well, there are some Mythbusters. And Linear Acoustics has an Audio Mythbusters tour. Busted is that DTV audio processing is not necessary. Stations can continue to ignore viewer complaints. Oh gosh, these are good. There's a lot of them, aren't there? Okay. Repainted radio gear is good enough? Yeah, right. Handling audio, metadata, and encoding takes many boxes. Card frame modules can equal an integrated processor. Oh gosh, this is probably a little too complicated for most of you, isn't it? Well, this is audio. Complex recording studio gear makes good transmission gear. So, is that t-shirt too small, or are those muscles you just...
No, I did
muscles?
I decided to put some muscle on for this spot.
You did?
That's right.
Because it takes more than a little bit of muscle to get past the DTV transition. You're going, what in the world is that? You might have seen some of these ads, DTV Answers, right?
Yeah, what is it? It comes about February 17th, 2009.
Yeah. You're going, what? What in the world? Yeah, that's why they're trying to sell you that TV, which you probably might need, which you might need. Well, many people do.
Well, actually, nobody needs a DTV. Nobody.
But what if you want, okay, first of all, for those of you that are kind of confused as to what in the world we're talking about, February 17th, 2009 is the DTV or digital television transition, and as of that date,
they no longer will be able to pick up analog signals on an over-the-air broadcasting station except those that are low-powered stations.
Okay, so why are we doing this?
Money.
Do I get more money by doing this?
No.
Oh.
The Congress of the United States decided there was money to be made in selling the analog wave bands off to cell phone providers. Okay. But the basic problem was, it's called the law of unintended consequences. They didn't figure out that, first of all, that the people in the cell phone business wouldn't bid up the prices for the bands because they didn't want them to begin with, and that it would, the transition costs would be so great that small stations would go out of business, and that no one wanted it. TV stations don't want it, the manufacturers don't want it, and the public don't want it because it's extremely costly.
Ooh. Now I've heard, now this is coming to us from, well, DTV Answers, right, .com, and also the NAB, which is the National Association of Broadcasters, because they want everybody to be familiar with what is going to be happening, so you're not exactly surprised. Because 70 million, right? 70 million are at risk of losing their signal.
That's right, because if you do not have a cable provider and you do not have a satellite provider, you are going to have to make arrangements to get a converter to pick up the local HD signals, or you're going to have to buy a very expensive TV set to replace one of those average 6 sets that you have in your home.
So for people, if you really want to know those options, let's repeat that again, is number one is either cable, satellite, or other paid service, right?
That remains the same. You'll get the same signal no matter what.
Number two is the converter box.
And the converter box, which the government will give you a coupon for. You know, is it $40 coupon? It's got a big problem. That converter box is not upgradable.
Okay, and then the third is you buy a TV with a digital tuner in it.
You buy a TV with a digital tuner in it.
Now, if you want to get a converter box, the government is having a coupon program.
That's right. I think they've already given out like 10 million of the coupons.
How many are they giving out?
30 or 40 million, I think.
Okay, so the deal with the coupons is, first of all, if you want to find out more information about it, go to www.dtv2009.gov. There's a limitation of 2 of them per household.
That's right.
Right? And the coupons are worth $40. The converter boxes are, I think, $40 to $70.
Yeah, and if you want one that you can upgrade the software on, it's going to cost you, it's got to start around $120 upwards.
Okay. And they expire 90 days after they are mailed. But did you note along the way, if you have cable or satellite, you don't need to do, or another paid service, you don't need to do anything.
And that's right. They, you know, when they tell you that on the ads, it's basically a means in order to get you to do. You know, the cable people love this, and the satellite people, because it will get more people rather than to buy a brand new TV set. You know, replace those 6 sets you got in your house. You can use the same old sets. You just hook up to a satellite or cable system.
wait a minute, there's also a little hook in there, is that, see, most people, if they have cable, do they run that cable to every single television?
No. Most people have cable to 2 to 3 maximum sets in their house.
So what happens to the other TVs then?
If you pay them a fee, they will hook up all the other sets in your house. Which means that the cable people are going to be making money, the satellite people are going to be making money.
They're probably really happy about
And
this.
that's right.
So, is there anything else that we need to include on this?
No, it's just that the system was actually brilliant when it was designed. It was supposed to have the the DTV was supposed to give you all of these options, which means you could do multiple channel broadcasting on the same bandwidth. I mean, you could, like, for instance, if you have channel 2, you could have channel 2, channel 2A, 2B, 2C. You could do all sorts of other programming on the band that they're giving you the broadcast on. The problem is it is so cost prohibitive that absolutely nobody is doing it.
So, if you want an excuse to buy a new TV, this is the perfect one.
Yeah, you cannot buy an analog set today. They're only
The
in
digital.
digital. And a digital, you can go, you can go with the lowest we've seen is like $250 for a set that's about like this. And then you can go to the huge sets. But most people, I mean, average person in this country has at least one 27-inch set.
Yeah.
So, and they don't want to replace that 27-inch set with a 27-inch DTV, because that 27 DTV is going to cost them twice as much as the old set cost them. So basically, our government has figured out a way to screw all you people again, folks.
So if you want to know what to do with your economic stimulus check that you're hoping to get in,
That's right.
well,
Which most people, according to the rule, aren't actually getting them.
I don't know who's getting them. I don't know anybody else that is.
Yeah.
I know I'm not. Well, I don't think I am.
I know of nobody that has gotten an economic stimulus check.
Somebody's supposed to be getting them because everybody's doing promotions for them.
That's right, but they're all hoping to get them. Most of the electronics people selling TV sets come in and we'll make you a deal if you bring in your economic stimulus check.
In fact, the supermarkets, if you bring them in, they will give you, what is it, an additional 10%?
That's right, and a lot of the people selling the DTVs will also do the same thing because they're wanting to get those things off the shelf. And unfortunately, I mean, I'm getting old, but I really don't see the difference in a lot of television, high-def TVs compared to the old signal. I mean, it's there because we're broadcasting in high-def here. I can see the difference here, but a TV signal, I can't see the difference in a lot of TV sets. But there's a reason.
What?
You have to match up all the equipment.
Oh yeah, and I guess it depends if you have a good TV too.
Yeah, but you have to have matching cables for your sound. The company that manufactures the TV, you need to get the cables that go with the TV. You also have to have it installed by somebody that knows what they're doing. And that can cost you another $100 to get your DTV installed properly.
Well, there's a good thing that Best Buy and Circuit City do that.
That's right.
So this is
Oldecam
and Notaspringchick coming to you about DTV and why February 17th, 2009 is such an important date.